And but I didn't have it easy. I used to have sleepless nights. I used to cry and sleep. Sometimes him or his wife used to come down in the attic and start to talk to me during the night and sit with me and everything. My health was okay. It kept up. I was young, strong, morally broken. But then realizing that, look, I may have to survive. My mother wanted me to do so. And in 1942, in spring, end of April, he had been in contact, a Polish gentleman, with some form of partisans who were working in this area of Slutsk. Those people, he says, are going on military small operations. When they'll come back, they'll stop at night at our place and they'll take you with you. And what's going to happen with them is going to happen with you. You'll be in the forest. You'll manage to survive. And that's exactly what happened. A week later, 3 gentlemen came in. They stopped at his house at night. I was introduced. It was 2 Russian officers who were there in the Russian army, prior to German occupation, and 1 Jewish gentleman from the area of Slutsk. They took me with them, and when I came to their temporary camp around Slutsk, they had a mixture of group. That group was by between 80 and 100 people, some Jews, some non-Jews. Most of them were non-Jews. The Jews did not have ammunitions. They had already obtained ammunitions. Some of them ran away, some of them obtained by military operations. And actually for a Jew to come to a forest without ammunition, it was impossible to survive, because there was a lot of anti-Semitic outbreaks from the beginning against the Jews. The Jews are not fighters. That the Jews were having problems with them, and what do we need young kids and young people here? If they want to catch them, the kids will dissolve. They'll realize that we're going to sink and they're going to tell the Germans, etc., where our group is located. So it was a very dangerous thing for me to be accepted. I was accepted. They were going to do a military operation a week later, and they needed 5 people to go to blow up headquarters. I wouldn't say a military thing, a police headquarters, manned by the White Russian police. It's in the area in the Slutsk vicinity. They have chosen 5 people, 3 Jews, 2 non-Jews. I asked that I want to go. And they said, no, Dice, you will not go. You are young, you are a kid, and you cannot do anything. And if you'll be captured, we'll pay the price for it. We'll be killed. So the assistant commandant in a group said, I think that we could use him. He'll be valuable to our group. If we have to go out and blow up that headquarters, the police station, we need somebody to crawl to the wires, cut the wires with camouflage, go through to the back door, and put some dynamite. And we are big people, we could be noticed. And him as a child, camouflaged, he wouldn't be noticed. So they thought about this, says, okay, he's going with them. That was my first operation. At 4 o'clock in the morning, we started to walk to the forest. We came there early. We divided ourselves in 2 groups. One group will take up to protect me in case something happens, and the other one will be the escape group in case the Germans, the police will run out, that they should be shot, they should never have a chance to run out alive. And I was covered up with some trees, branches, given the dynamites, the wire, given up our scissors, crawled over to the fence, the wire fence, cut underneath the fence, went through to the back door, and that was early in the morning. They were all sleeping there. There was one guard was walking. As he walked in the house, I went through the back door, and I put the dynamite, put the wire, went out slowly, came back, made my dash towards the forest. The 3 of the group that protected me went there too. And about 8 minutes later, there was an explosion. What had happened, some of them were trying to run out. They were all cut as they were all asleep inside to run out. So while they were running out, the other group of the 3 started to shoot at them. They killed them. We were running in the forest. We had to stay the whole day because the German sirens started to come. Then the Germans, police on military trucks come to this area and they start to shoot in all the directions. And the German dogs and everything, we were already deep in the forest. We had to wait till at night, till darkness, till we reached a group of the 100. What we found out after, that 14 of the White Russian police were killed. The building was completely demolished, everything. So that was my first involvement in the group. I got the taste of it. And
at 11 years old?
Yes, and let me tell you, I liked it. Because while I was doing it, I says, here's my chance of taking revenge for what they've done to my family, to my friends, to my people.
Well, you seem to have proved your worth, but why do you think they accepted you to begin with as a child? Yeah.
They accepted me because that Polish gentleman had the contact with the 3 partisans. He had told him that before. He used to meet him before on different rendezvous, and he told him that he's keeping a child at his place. So he prepared him for it. Yeah. And from there, a group had to move up further. So we went into the forest of Babroisk. And there in the forest, we started to become a big group because a lot of Jews from the Minsk ghetto started to join us. Prior, the Minsk ghetto was liquidated. And a lot of them came with ready-made rifles, guns, ammunition, etc. And I worked in that group till 1944. I used to specialize in military operation. They used to call me the young descent. A group, we used to blow up bridges. We used to blow up railway tracks. On highways where Germans used to go through with the transports, we used to put on mines. At that time in Italy, in Torino, Kruglasco, in the camp, they announced that the Canadian government, in conjunction with the Canadian Jewish Congress, will allow to take in 500 Jewish orphans after the war. And I was one among them. Papers were given to me in Milano, and we left beginning of February 1948 on the Greek ship Neo Hellas from Genoa, Italy, into Halifax. In Halifax, we were intercepted by the Canadian government, by the late Alistair Stewart, and they divided us into groups: Montreal, Toronto, Winnipeg, Vancouver, and Calgary. I was designated to Winnipeg. In Winnipeg, I stayed more than a year, and I've had a lot of my friends in Montreal, in Toronto, so I decided after a year to come back to Montreal, and here I am.